Hello Battlefield fans! This video covers only the Firestorm portion of our Battlefield 5 review. Be sure to check out the single player and multiplayer reviews for the full picture. Firestorm, Battlefield 5's take on the Battle Royale genre, takes the large environments, realistic weapons, and vehicle warfare Battlefield players know and love and injects them into a well-polished Battle Royale mode. However, what Firestorm doesn't do is move the needle in terms of originality and innovation, and it fails to come up with hooks that keep me coming back to play. A relatively small group of 64 players drop onto Battlefield 5's biggest map yet, called Halvoy, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I might even say that it is the most aesthetically pleasing Battle Royale map out right now, except that there's only one memorable area, the visually distinctive mines. By contrast, PUBG, Fortnite, and Apex Legends all have distinctive areas and named locations that stand out. Halvoy is so large that matches can comfortably begin with the titular Firestorm already in effect, setting parts of it off limits. The absence of landmarks, though, made running around the map uninteresting because it all felt the same, which is a shame because it really is beautiful. Firestorm does do a fantastic job when it comes to two other fundamental parts of Battle Royale games: good drops and plenty of interesting loot. When you jump out of a plane and deploy your parachute, you have great control of your descent, allowing you to land precisely where you'd like. Once you land, there's more than just 3 tiers of armor, backpacks, and guns to find. You'll find items such as airstrikes, vehicle fuel and ammo, and flare guns are littered across every corner of Halvoy. That great diversity of items keeps loadouts fresh every game. You'll find that there are different tiers of the same weapon, with higher tiers coming with pre-attached scopes and better recoil. But regardless of the tier, each weapon maintains the same solid shooting mechanics seen in Battlefield 5's other modes. There's also an intuitive system that allows you to quickly see which items are better by clearly displaying the tier of each item, minimizing the time you're inspecting loot. Loot and ammo are so abundant on Halvoy that you don't even need to land in a named location to get geared up. This is actually my favorite part of Firestorm, because Battle Royales that make you scavenge for loot for the majority of a game take too much time away from the combat portion of a match. Firestorm even has control points and caches that you can unlock to receive guaranteed tier 3 loot, feeding into a high risk, high reward aspect that I love. Unfortunately, Firestorm didn't nail the entire loot formula. After killing an enemy, their loot splurges out in an extremely disorganized and awkward fashion. This is similar to Fortnite, but there is no need to manage ammo in Fortnite, so you have the freedom to just walk over ammo and focus on picking up the items you'd like. It was extremely frustrating exposing myself and trying to hover over the correct item while avoiding loot I did not need. Spectacular vehicle warfare separates the Battlefield franchise from other shooters, and Firestorm seamlessly adds that to Battle Royale in a way no other game does. Tractors, water cars, the first prototype helicopter, different variants of tanks, and more can be found all over the map, including some that are always in the same location, which makes them risky rewards to go for. When you're in a squad, vehicle battles are prevalent without being unbalanced thanks to the abundance of anti-vehicle weapons. However, you cannot simultaneously drive and shoot, which really limits them to a means of transportation when playing solo. The second most important thing in Battle Royales after loot is probably directional sound, and the sound design in Firestorm is excellent. I had no problem distinguishing which directions fights were happening or where an enemy player was running from. However, your own footsteps are practically deafening, to the point where it gets difficult to hear enemy movement while you're in a full sprint. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does encourage you to hold still in a fight and let your enemy give away their position. Firestorm plays it safe by taking the excellent gunplay and vehicle combat that works in Battlefield 5 and puts it into a 64-player fight to the death. Besides some messy looting, nothing is glaringly bad about DICE's take on Battle Royale, but few things are particularly interesting either. Its extremely pretty but otherwise completely forgettable and bland map is a prime example of how it's polished to a shine but lacks something special to make it really stand out and justify making it one of my Battle Royale games of choice. For more on Battlefield, check out our reviews of the multiplayer and single player modes, and for everything else, stick with IGN.